Now, let's use a really common example. Let's use relationships. Now, I told you guys before, I'm not a relationship coach, but I want to use an example that everybody can relate to, and it's the most common one. Your fitness goals, it can be anything. It can be your diet, it can be anything in your life, okay? So just replace it. Replace the insurance place. Oh, hello Soul Tribe. I didn't see you there. How's it going today? Well, as you know, which is why you're here, this is your girl Soulspiration. And in this video, I'm talking to you about not settling. Not settling because of the amazing possibilities that are out there for you in all areas of your life. Now, I believe anyone can receive wisdom from this video, but I am specifically talking to the ladies in honor of Women's History Month, which just passed. So here's what you can expect in this video. First thing first, I'm going to give you an example of what settling can look like. I'm going to talk to you about where settling comes from, and then I'm going to touch on how to avoid settling. Thank you for liking this video, and thank you for joining the Soul Tribe, where we step out of the matrix and into our divinity. We can oftentimes accept what's right in front of us because we can see it. And that thing that we're accepting is usually fulfilling a lack mentality. Is that thing going to help propel you to the next level? Is it going to help you grow spiritually or financially? And will it satiate what it is that you truly desire? I believe every human being is on this earth looking for some type of alignment and purpose. Now, let's use a really common example. Let's use relationships. If you're watching this and this is not your specific situation, you can insert any area of your life to fit this example. It can be a job, it can be your business, fitness goals, it can be anything. It can be your diet, it can be anything in your life, okay? So just replace the insurance place. Okay, ladies, let's just say right now you're in a single season. You feel like you're ready for a relationship and you want to know why it hasn't happened for you yet. If you take whatever is in front of you, you will end up resentful towards yourself, towards the person that you're in a relationship with, and it would be your own fault because you chose to settle. Sorry, it's true. So using this very same relationship example, let's talk about reasons for why we settle and where it comes from. One reason we can settle is because we're trying to meet a deadline, especially as women. You say, I want to be married with a kid by 31. I want to, have this certain lifestyle by a certain age, and you feel like you're trying to meet a time frame. I understand why you would want to do that. That's important. Quick disclaimer, I'm seeing a ton of YouTube videos from women who are having their first child in their 40s. So the average lifespan has expanded recently. The average person is living up to 80 years old. And so if the lifespan has expanded, that means that your time clock is also expanding a little bit as well. Do not be fooled, okay? Just throwing that in there. I know that's a completely different topic, but we're trying to meet a deadline. Just know you have a little bit more time than you think. Okay, let's move on. A second example for why you might settle. Maybe you see everyone around you in a relationship, your friends, your cousins, your siblings, and you feel left out and you're just thinking, why hasn't this happened for me yet? You have to consider something. You have to analyze without being nosy in their relationships, you have to look at their dynamic and ask yourself, is that something that I want for me? Do they have a dynamic that I find appealing and attractive? Because having something just to have it, again, that's not going to grow you spiritually. It's not going to propel you forward. Is it what you want? Is what they have what you want? Another reason for why you might settle in a relationship is because maybe you feel lonely. And you think that a relationship is going to satiate that hunger for happiness. And I just want to mention that a romantic relationship can absolutely add value to your life, but it's not going to be your source for happiness. Be happy on your own, and you should be with another happy person, and together you guys just magnify what you already have within yourselves, because there is power in numbers. So if I'm happy and he's happy, then we just magnify that happiness. I don't look to him for my happiness. There are so many reasons for settling in our lives, and it's human nature for us to do it sometimes. But I believe that the ultimate place of where settling comes from is from a place of fear. It's believing somewhere deep down that you cannot have what or who it is that you seek. So you end up just taking what's available or what's within arm's reach. Personally, I don't even feel right doing that. Yeah, that doesn't sit well with my spirit. But there are instances where I have done that and I realize it's not worth it. I would also like to add that settling can come from a place of laziness. So let's say, for example, using that same relationship example, if it's an amazing partner that we want, you can end up settling because you don't want to do the work to become the type of person that would have an amazing partner. I'm not pointing at you, I'm just saying in general, we can all do this. But so whether that's self-development, if it's a job, it's getting trained and getting the right skills to qualify for that role. Are you getting out there to network, to meet the right people? You can meet a romance partner, a love interest networking. You can also get the type of role that you're looking for by networking. Is it laziness that's causing us to settle? Usually those things don't necessarily fall into our laps. There is a little bit of effort that we have to put in. So if we're not willing to do the little bit of legwork that's required, but we still desire that same outcome, what you end up doing is taking what's right in front of you. See it right there, I'm grabbing this item off the shelf, it's right in front of me, I'm gonna take that. Right, so those are two places of where settling can come from. A lack mentality or a fear mentality, or just sheer laziness. But again, if you choose to settle, you're regretful toward yourself, you're resentful toward said thing, said job, said person that you chose to be with, and you find yourself longing for what could have been. Now that is a really uncomfortable place to be. What I want to do in this video to end is talk about how to avoid settling. I truly believe that God has called us to be great. And we don't all have to be, right, the Serena Williams or the Oprah Winfrey's, right, or the Bill Gates of the world. We don't have to necessarily be those people. You are your own person. But I believe that there is untapped potential inside of us that God is calling us to live, to be an example for ourselves, for God's glory, as well as for you, and to inspire people around you to say, wow, if that person can do it, so can I. So how do we tap into the potential that's dwelling inside of us? I have 3 ways for us to do this. The first way is that you have to feel that you deserve what it is that you seek. If you know you deserve something, settling wouldn't even be a factor. So get into a place of a knowing that you deserve something. How do I get into this place? Well, I just read texts that confirm this information, right? I am a Christian woman, I believe in God, and I believe in God's promises. So I'm going to share this information because I believe it. And so if I know that the promises say that I'm supposed to be in God's image, then that's how you know you deserve something. Whatever it is that you seek, that desire was placed in your heart for a reason. It's not by mistake. So whenever you feel undeserving, remember that you were called here to be a light. You were called here to inherit the earth. You were called here to have an abundance of life in all areas of your life. So do not feel undeserving. Feel deserving, and that's the first step. On the other hand, let's take a job, for example. If I'm a qualified professional and I have experience doing, all types of crafts and data analyzation and everything under the sun in that industry, I know that I'm qualified. I know I have expertise and experience and projects to prove it. I know what I've been paid in that role before. And so because I know this, I'm not settling for anything below that, because I know the potential and the value that I bring. So when you know you're worth being paid, let's say, for example, in a job, a certain salary, settling for minimum wage won't even come to your mind. So assuming that you've identified what that thing is that you want in your life, you have to put in just a little bit of effort every single day. Let's say, for example, it's losing weight, then just walk down your block for 30 minutes every day. 30 minutes, what's walking, right? Put on your favorite jams and go walk down the street. Look, people underestimate the power of a good walk, a good power walk, and people underestimate the power of a good home workout. I'm trying to tell you, I don't want to hear no excuses, y'all. I went off on a little tangent on that one because I know the power of a good at-home workout, and I know the power of walking. Get your butt up and go walk. Assuming that is a goal you want to achieve. In James Clear's book, Atomic Habits, a book that I talk about pretty often on this channel, it's pretty mind-blowing looking at the way he dissects different concepts of getting better habits and things of that nature. But in that book, the very first chapter, he talks about how doing a 1% increase in any area of your life makes a world of a difference by the end of the year. We see how fast these years are going, right? I mean, I don't know if they just turned up the time dial, but man, a year to me, that's nothing. When you say a year, I'm thinking, okay, that's no time at all. 1% increase every single day will get you 37% better by the end of that year. But 0% effort every single day puts you in a deficit, meaning you're like a negative deficit by the end of the year because you didn't do just a little bit every single day. Bite off small chunks. The third is to quite literally become the person that would have whatever it is that you desire. Now this one is a little bit challenging because it's the long game, but again, if you do this every single day in one way or another, the way that the universe and the way that God just creates things to shape for you to happen, just puts people in situations in your life because you are showing up as that person, it's pretty insane. A good way to do this is to watch people that you look up to. How do they dress? How do they carry themselves? What do they spend their time doing in their free time? So to summarize on how to avoid settling, if you feel you deserve what it is that you seek, if you put in just a little bit of effort every single day, just a little bit, and if you become the person that would have the outcome of what it is that you want, you avoid settling. Why, you might ask? Because there's a momentum going into the energy or in the direction of your desired outcome. And we know that where attention goes, energy flows. And when you are the person that would have said thing or person in your life, settling for something that you really don't want is almost impossible because it's not a vibrational match. Wherever you are, wherever you're holding yourself to be, and wherever that settled thing is, it's like your paths won't even cross because it's not a vibrational match. You're up here and that thing is down here. It's like an eagle and a pigeon. When have you ever seen an eagle and a pigeon's path cross? I haven't seen it. So that's it, y'all. I want you to know that this video is not about being perfect. It's not about having everything and all these material things. It's just about understanding that when you have a desire in your heart, you are worth having that if you believe that you can have it. You put some effort into it. Why not? We're seeing people around us change their lives every single day. Why can't that be you? Why can't that be me? This video is not about being perfect. It's simply to provide you some perspective, some wisdom on how it is to navigate in this area of life. Settling, to me, is selling yourself short. And in this lifetime, I want to make sure that while I'm here, that I have some stories for the grandkids. I want them to be able to look at me and say, man, grandma was so cool. Man, mom was so cool. She went for it in every area of her life. And so that's what I choose to do, and I hope you choose to do the same, ladies. Whatever it is that you want, do not settle. Because somewhere deep inside of you, you know that you can do better. So that is it, y'all. I hope this video inspires you to take a look at where it is in your life that you might be settling. And I want you to pay extra close attention to the part of this video where I talk about how to avoid settling. Thank you for liking this video and for joining the Soul Tribe, where we step out of the matrix and into our divinity. Share this video to 3 people who you think might need to hear this. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.